Have you spent your life navigating the depths of your emotion and your feelings? Or have you been running from the most precious gem that you possess? My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is breaking water. I have found that if you allow your heart to speak the truth to you, it is a very good friend and it will not lie. It's truth talker, you know. This thing can tell you all kinds of stuff, nonsensical stuff, you know. It can tell you bombastic, arrogant stuff about yourself. It's what I call having your bobo up too high in the air, you know. Don't get your bobo so high up in the air that God has to sniff it. Pull it down a little bit. You know, we all are drops in an ocean of existence, none above any other. And we can also play lowly worm lying in the gutter. You know, and so there's a component of standing in your isness and understanding that you are precious and you are witness to something that is wise and ancient, but also understanding as well that so is everyone else around you. And so we can break open the waters of our heart. You know, water broke and you got dumped into this place. Water broke. And when you got dumped in this place, likely what happened for you in your face is water broke again and you cried. And we can have a tendency in this realm to vilify or even choose to act as if some entities are weak or unattractive if they feel their feelings. Aren't you a mess? Get yourself together. Or aren't you the P word, the thing that I have downstairs, you know, if you cry and you're a man. And so we can talk about equality of the sexes. Heather has this conversation all the time, and you can talk about fair pay and don't tell me to smile, even though smiling is good advice for any person or whatever it is. And then you can also recognize that there are those that get vilified for having emotional intelligence and for feeling their feelings, which to me, I've always said, is a far bigger humanitarian crime than not paying someone enough. It's a terrible, egregious crime to make someone think that the bounty of the waters of their heart, their agua de vida, is too much if it is rich with energy and passion. And no, I'm sorry, you need to be a little dead inside. We can't feel everything you're feeling all the time. The first thing you do when you get to Earth School is cry. You feel your feelings. If you deal with the very wise, and by that I mean the Tino 90s, if you deal with children, you'll notice that they're not accustomed to lies. They're very honest. I don't feel good. My tummy hurts. You know what I mean? They're just yelling out the truth and not doing the societal rule thing and just saying stuff. You know, they're not trying, they're not doing that. And they're keeping their waters open to the magnitude of spectrum of expression that liberates the self. And we can liberate others in the river of our life by giving them the freedom to have a range of emotion, to not have to be dead inside so that we can be comfortable. Anyhow, let me get back to my phone and not have to engage with you or how you feel. Let me, you know. And Heather has been a runner. I have run away from many things. If I feel like something is not serving me in serving my own evolution to myself, I will be like, farewell, Ferdinand. Bye, Felicia. Heather's out. You know what I mean? I gotta go. I gotta go where the winds carry my wings into greater heights of evolution. I came down to do a thing. And if I came down here to evolve, let me get on program because this place is psychopathic and I don't want to come back that much. Let me focus up. Krishnamurti says, to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society is no measure of wellness. You know, so you're not necessarily mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically well to be well adjusted to this realm. Okay. So there's a component of allowing yourself the freedom to be angry, to cry, to have sorrow, to feel brokenhearted, I've been working, you know, because it's like I'm a true romantic and I believe in true love. And also I have no reason to believe in it other than daydreams and night dreams and things that I've seen and tasted in the many mansions of being. And still at 5 decades deep, even though every person I've ever dated or been with is a beautiful soul and is the light of love, I have not experienced an interaction in the thing called relationship that is a match to what I seek, where sovereignty and freedom, meaning that you are an autonomous free being that I'm not trying to change. I am an autonomous free being that you are not trying to change. We love as is, but we are dutiful and responsible to our relationship with the self, which adds to the health of the relationship to one another. So we do our own work. We take responsibility. And it's an important thing to look at when it comes to the waters of being, the waters of the way you relate, when you relate to others. How often are you wanting attention? How often are you giving others the stage to have some attention received about what they need to say and what they came to share? How often are you shutting down sorrow, shutting down anger, or just needing to be happy all the time? It's like you're allowed to have a spectrum of feeling. And Heather Feather has always felt, not always, I can't say that I do today, but has had a long history of feeling burdensome because my heart is intense. Maybe you can relate. My heart is intense and it feels all the things. You know what I mean? And I want to dive all the way down to the mysterious bottom of my ocean and see oh gosh, great, there's spooky things down here. And all the way and float on the top of my ocean. And I want to know the waters of my heart. But that means facing fears, facing false evidence appearing real, I'm going through this period of focusing on my health and focusing on my self-care. And I'm recognizing how my fear of having to live my life alone is present as I do not have a hand to hold as I go from hospital appointment to hospital appointment. And that is my creation. That's my manifestation. And I'm having to face the fact that stems from this fear that I am too much. My heart is too much. It's a lot for me. I don't wish this on anybody. That's a lot for me to process. And one of the things I always want to offer anyone that is in my space that I am sharing my attention with to receive their face, their offering, their storyline, is the right to be sad, to be disconnected, to feel numb, to be angry, to be joyous, and for me to not need to soothe, correct, change, alter, not only the character, but the form, I'm not here to alter anyone's body. I'm not here to alter their mind. I'm just a clown, trying to remember to do cartwheels down here and not take it all so seriously. And there are times when we start to stagnate in the waters of our heart, doing a habituated pattern that is no longer really working for us. It's no longer nourishing us the way agua de vida, the water of life, feeds and nourishes a plant. The way water feeds all things. Our bodies have an equal amount of water to the amount of water on earth. And both are far more water than they are anything else. It's around 60 to 80%, And so we are water beings. And so sometimes you need to break up or stir up your own waters to allow yourself to see the fullness of what's actually going on. I go to the mountain every day and I emote and I yell and I cry and scream to give my Vishuddha, my throat chakra, and my Anahata, which are right on top of each other, the freedom for all the things I feel to be expressed. There's a reason that water is reflective. We're meant to look into our waters and in that reflecting pool, awaken to a balanced whole self. Our waters will tell us what we've been thinking about, and many of the thoughts you hold don't serve you. You can think, I can never have love, or I can never prosper, or I always lose, or, and you can interrupt that when you recognize it doesn't feel good when I think these things. This isn't feeling good. You know what I mean? What can I do to break open my water? Do I need to liberate my anger and my sorrow so that my joy might have freedom to break through and let me float on the waters of life too? What ways can you break up your waters to liberate your feelings this day. You can always subscribe to Rare Bird Medicine on YouTube. I'm one.